But here's Lalit Jalan, CEO at Reliance Infra, in conversation with my colleague Ajay Sharma.
We started discussing with the party in September of this year, and from the discussions, negotiations and the documentation, we have been able to complete the deal in less than 3 months.
On the announcement of this deal, the shareholders also gave a thumbs up and the stock cheered because it appears win-win for both the parties. But purely for your own company, talk to us how the financials get, how the changes in financials happen after this almost a multi-billion-dollar deal is struck.
This business, so that for the viewers of ET Now, this is the Mumbai power business, which includes the distribution license of Mumbai, the associated transmission and the Dhanu power station. This business is valued at 13,800 crores, which is 13,251 plus the working capital of 550. This is the amount that the company would get at the time of closing, when we close the transaction. And then there is a deferred component of 5,000 crores, which is the regulatory approvals, which we expect to get over the next year or so. And then that money will also flow in. So the total transaction value that we get from the deal is 18,800 crores. So which is a great value for the shareholders who have invested in the business for so long.
So out of this almost 19,000 crore number, how much proceeds would be utilized for reduction in debt? And you would also have some surplus cash on your books. Where would you be using those proceeds? Which segments of the residual business?
The total debt at Reliance Infrastructure level at present is about 15,000 crores. And with the money flowing in, the first thing is to get all the debt out, so we become debt free, which has been a long-term goal for the company. So we become debt free. The 3,000 crores cash surplus that we have is the shareholders' money that remains with us. We don't have any big capex plans. Our future growth verticals will be the construction business, which does not require capital, and the defense business, which requires very, very minimal capital, and we have already invested our share of capital in the business. So this money becomes available, and we focus on the businesses of construction, where we are already with our current order book as well as the orders on which we are already declared L1 are almost 10,000 crores of order book.
In fact, that's a very good point you raised, because a residual business, especially on the construction side, is looking quite good to analysts on the street. One of the brokerages, global brokerages, just put out a note this morning about the residual businesses are also equally attractive. Can you share some light on that?
If I look at the construction business, as I mentioned, that our current order book, including the ones where we are already declared L1, is 10,000 crores. And we have given a guidance that over the next 2 years, we expect this business to be almost 50,000 crores in terms of order book. So barring L&T, we become one of the key players in the construction space, and this is an area which the government of India is focusing very, very hard. So that's will be one of the key businesses. The defense business, as you have read. The other verticals which we have a large road portfolio where we own 11 road assets which are now profitable and all the capex has gone in. We have the Delhi distribution business, which is double the size of the Bombay business, which continued to be with us and it is profitable. We have the metro business, we have our investments in Reliance Power, and we have a lot of these arbitration cases, which the Delhi metro arbitration, where we have already won the arbitration of 5,000 crores. We expect all those monies to flow in over the next year or so.
So now the landmark point is that you become completely debt free now, and you have flexibility to put whichever side of the business this cash which you have on the books, you may need it or not, as a separate thing. So now the management's focus will be which business out of all these which you said will be the top priority area for the management from here on? Road construction, there was talk that perhaps more assets could be up for sale. Any plans there, or construction would be the main business? What is your thinking at the top level?
No, we are very, very clear. We are not looking right now to invest capital.
Okay.
We are in the business of being in capital-light businesses. So we'll be in the businesses of construction. We have great experience in running assets. So we will also look at the vertical of operations and maintenance. and these could be for road assets, these could be for power assets, these could be for metro assets. In the metro program where they are running, we are going to build out 50 metros across India. The O&M contracts would be given out. That's one big area that we will look at. In the distribution area, there could be large tranches where O&M contracts would be given out, or loss reduction contracts will be given out, road assets, whether it's TOT or whatever. So we are looking at services area as our focus. Of course, the construction, where we are one of the leading players, and these could be in all the verticals. Right. And that's the area of focus for us.
So construction is, kind of business which government only right now is actually giving out the largest orders. Private capex for construction is relatively on the lower side. Bharatmala and many other infra projects government has spoken about in the last, various agencies have spoken about in the last couple of weeks and months. Is there any area you see more opportunity as a company 3 to 5 years due to government-led programs you may get additional business?
No, in the construction side, clearly you are right. It's government is spending most of the construction, and that we see continuing for the next many years. Government will be the key driver, because in infrastructure you need trillions and trillions of dollars for the country. And our focus is in all the verticals, because we have worked across all the verticals. We have expertise in all the verticals. We have tied up with world majors where we do not have the requisite expertise. So whether it is the entire transport sector, which will be from bullet trains to high-speed trains to metro trains to Indian Railways to roads to waterways, what have you, we are going to bid for everything, including the power also, nuclear, whether it is whatever.
Right. So one last question before I let you go. We are just 1.5 months away from the budget. You are a sector veteran, and overall also from your vantage point, you've been observer of things. How do you see the budget, or what would your wish list would be for the infra construction business, or some stance you would like to see from the government this time around, which can spur growth in that or aid growth there?
As a regular corporate policy, we do not comment on budget expectations. We will sit down with our association and we will deliberate, and the association will present the consolidated views to the government for their consideration.
All right, on that note, we'll head into a short break. When we come back, get you more on the market.